Today I'm at Ferrari Maserati of Long Island to check out the new cars they got in their inventory, so let's go check them out. I'm on the second floor of the showroom with this gorgeous 488 Pista and a very interesting 488 Spider. Painted in Giallo Modena over Nero, this 488 is interesting because it has a Misha Designs body kit, a body kit I've never even heard of. But it does look very fascinating, so I'll give it that. Let me know what you guys think of this body kit. There's a lot of visual differences from the regular 488 Spider here. A lot of carbon fiber too. A lot in the front over there on the hood. It looks like there's carbon fiber on the mirrors here, but that's just a sticker. That's kind of tacky in my opinion, but to each their own. They also added unique carbon fiber pieces here, and from the factory you can get this piece in exposed carbon fiber, but this is not a factory piece, as you can tell from where it's raised there. There's matte black for the tonneau cover, and I'd assume the roof is matte black as well, and you also have a transparent engine bonnet. So although I don't really like the look of the front of this car, I really like this feature. Because normally on the 488 Spider you don't get to see your engine, but now you can. It looks like they also added carbon fiber here and here as a rear spoiler, and a massive carbon fiber rear diffuser. This is part of the body kit here too, and I can't say I'm a fan of that. There's also this really big carbon fiber piece that runs the entire length of the back of the car. It just looks really interesting. I'm not really a fan of this. The interior is black with yellow stitching, which I like because it matches the rest of the car. I can't imagine this interior being any other color, to be honest. This car has only been driven 2,000 miles, and they're asking just under $300,000 for it. So I want to know, do you like this body kit, or have you even heard of this body kit? Here we've got two white 488 Spiders that look similar, but they're actually quite different. You'll see on this one, the front splitter, you have exposed carbon fiber, which I love. This one, it's painted. This has a red leather interior with white stitching. This one has a tan leather interior with black stitching and diamond stitching on the seats, which is so classy. This one has a black tonneau cover, while this one has a white tonneau cover, and they also have different colored wheels. As I was looking at these, I just realized we've got ketchup, we've got mustard, and we've got mayonnaise. This blue 600 LT coupe has been here for a while. I really like this color. Curacao blue. I hope I'm saying that right, but I really don't think I am. Sadly, this one does not have exposed carbon fiber. As you can see, the rear wing here is painted in palladium gray. The entire roof is also painted in palladium gray. Same with this piece here, and the entire side skirt. If anyone didn't know, the LT in 600 LT stands for long tail, and it denotes that this is a track-focused McLaren. Over here we've got the $350,000 Rosso Scuderia 430 Scuderia Spider 16M. This car is beautiful. I've shown it in previous videos, but we're not going to focus much on it today because I want to show you this, the 458 Speciale Aperta. Aperta means open in Italian, and this car is limited to just 499 units for the entire world. It was made available only to existing Ferrari collectors, and because there's only 499 examples, that makes it as rare as the LaFerrari and the preceding 16M Scuderia. Building upon the amazing 458 Italia, the Speciale is an even more driver-focused 458 that's been improved in nearly every aspect of acceleration, handling, and braking. Following the same tradition of the 360 Challenge Stradale and the 430 Scuderia, The 458 Speciale has been stripped of unnecessary weight, and it's been given a healthy dose of power and technological innovations. It has more horsepower than the 458 Spider, and it handles a lot better. The 4.5-liter naturally aspirated V8 engine produces 597 horsepower and 398 pound-feet of torque, which at the time made it the most powerful Spider ever to emerge from the Ferrari factory. To deal with the compression ratio of 14:1, which for a road car is pretty impressive, the engine needed new cams, higher valve lift, redesigned inlet manifolds, and different pistons. Because this car is more powerful and lighter than the 458 Spider, it can go from 0 to 62 miles per hour in 3 seconds flat and 0 to 124 miles per hour in 9.5 seconds. Because the Aperta weighs 110 pounds more than the coupe, it can only reach a top speed of 199 miles per hour compared to the coupe's top speed of 202 miles per hour. But because Ferrari stripped out this car for weight savings, it weighs almost 200 pounds less than the 458 Spider. The convertible hardtop is made of aluminum, and it can retract or raise in just 14 seconds. The Aperta also gets the 458 Speciale's advanced aerodynamic features, including a flap ahead of the front fascia's Ferrari logo that sends air under the car to create more rear downforce at high speeds. Spring-loaded doors up front open above 105 miles per hour to divert air from the radiators and through vanes at the corners of the car. To accommodate a big rear diffuser, the 458 Speciale Aperta has 2 wide-set exhaust pipes, which is different than the regular Spider's 3-tip central exhaust setup. This is also to accommodate a motor-actuated drag reduction setup that drops from the underside of the rear end to help achieve Vmax. Technology that carries over from the Speciale Coupe is Ferrari's side slip angle control, and this technology aims to measure the car's slip angle in rear time, and then it adjusts the electronic rear differential and stability control based on what it determines to be the optimum slip angle. So if we take a look at this car, it's painted in Bianco Avis over narrow. It has a 2-tone stripe, and what's special about this specific car is that it's a Ferrari Atelier build. This Pista Coupe is also an Atelier build, and what that means is that the owner spec'd out the car to their liking, from the exterior paint to the interior and all of the options. There's a decent amount of exposed carbon fiber. You've got some in the front here, as well as for this side blade, and the entire rear diffuser is exposed carbon fiber. I also just noticed there's exposed carbon fiber here on both sides of the car. You've got expansive meshwork at the back of the car to let out hot air, and you also have this 458 Speciale A plaque on the back. The interior features the Style 3D racing seats with 3D fabric in Grigio. It also has white stitching and white cavalinos stitched into the headrests. So now let's hop inside. You've got carbon fiber door sills and completely exposed carbon fiber door panels to save weight. Another way Ferrari saved weight is by getting rid of the floor mats and carpeting. There's glossy carbon fiber all over this interior, but especially on the steering wheel, and there's LED shift lights at the top of the wheel, which is actually technology taken from Formula 1, and that technology is also found in the 488 Pista. You've got more glossy carbon fiber surrounding the AC vents, and it's also down here on this center bridge. You've got 3 buttons: reverse, auto, and Partenza Sportiva, which is the launch button. Partenza Sportiva is actually Italian for sport departure. You've got a plaque in the center that says limited edition. You also have a place to store some things right behind that, and a charging port. Other than that, you don't really have much storage except for these nets in the doors. You've got your Manettino dial on the steering wheel, and if you put it in race or CT off, you can take advantage of Ferrari's side slip control technology that I mentioned earlier. So that technology basically looks at what you're doing, compares it with its reference data, and then torque vectors between the 2 driven wheels using the E differential. Over here you've got your engine start button, your bumpy road mode button, your brights, and your turn signal indicators. There's also a button to control the windshield wipers, and that's next to the Manettino dial. And in the instrument cluster, you've got a yellow rev counter and 2 digital screens. You've got your climate control buttons down there, and tons of Alcantara on the dashboard, the upper and lower part of the dashboard. It's also on these racing seats. This is mesh. Ferrari calls it a 3D fabric, and it is gray. Here's your switch to raise or lower the rear glass, and here's your switch to raise or lower the convertible hardtop. So as you can see, that's the rear glass, and you can lower it when the top is up if you want to hear more of the engine sound. This car has been driven less than 2,000 miles, and guess how much money they're asking for it? $699,000. Now that's a lot of money, but keep in mind when this car came out, it was the most powerful naturally aspirated V8 convertible from Ferrari, and there is less than 500 units in the world, so it is very rare. So I want to know, would you pay $700,000 for this car? Over here we've got a 2020 Ferrari F8 Tributo. What's unique about this car is that it's two-tone. You've got Rosso Corsa and then a black painted roof. It has forged wheels in Grigio Corsa and the optional Scuderia shields. And the upper bonnet insert is in matte black. One of the differences between the 488 GTB, which is this car's predecessor, and the F8 Tributo are the headlights. So the 488 GTB had vertical headlights, and the F8 Tributo has horizontal LED headlights that I think look amazing. And there's even an air intake above the headlight. This car has more aggressive aerodynamics, which are based on the track-ready 488 Pista, and it also has the same engine and power output as the Pista. It has a 3.9-liter twin-turbo V8 engine that puts out 710 horsepower. This car is rear-wheel drive, and it has a 7-speed automatic transmission. According to Ferrari, the F8 Tributo can go from 0 to 62 miles per hour in 2.9 seconds. It comes standard with carbon ceramic brakes, and the changes made to the body improve aerodynamic efficiency by 10% compared to the 488 GTB. One of the main features that contribute to this increase is the S-duct system in the front bumper, and this is a solution that made its debut on the 488 Pista, but it's been redesigned to suit the new bumper of this car. The only negative of this car is the rearward visibility. The view out of the back is impeded by the rear windows louvers, as you can see here, so it's hard to see out of the back of this car. Just like most supercars, the F8 is low on cargo space with only 7 cubic feet of cargo capacity. The F8 matches the Pista's impressive 211 mile per hour top speed, which is very fast. But this car costs almost 500 grand, and this one only costs 375 grand. It seems like every week they get a new Ford GT in inventory. The last one I remember was red with white stripes, and now we've got a black one here. This is a very special car, and I love seeing them. So that was my visit to Ferrari Maserati of Long Island. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.